Do what it do, what it do, what it doing it. Big Ten Media Days. Had Ohio State yesterday. The real team I care about. There was that Big Ten Media Day yesterday. OSU, you know, their fan base. I mean, not their fan base. Their players doing Jack Sawyer, Denzel Burke, and I can't remember who the other guy was. Emeka Ibuka. You know, and Ryan Day didn't really talk about Michigan much, but the players, you know, it's on their mind. You know it's on their mind, and you know what it is. You know they, like I was saying the other day, the video I posted a couple days ago at the end when I was talking about Ohio State and pressure and all that stuff. The players, they saying what I was saying. They saying the exact thing stuff I was saying. Good morning, bro. Yep, they saying the same thing I was playing. They came back to beat Michigan. They came back to win a title. But beating Michigan is on their mind heavy. The players. Ryan Day too, he can front and kind of, the expectation that Ohio State is championship every year and all this and that. Yeah, I've been doing all right. But yeah, all I watched was Ohio State players. That's all I cared about. I think it was Illinois and I don't know who else. But yeah, from what I got from the players, it's on their mind. Michigan is on their mind. It's on their mind. Them dudes came back. They came back to beat Michigan. Yeah, they want to win the title, but beating Michigan is I think that's their first goal. Is to beat Michigan, get gold pants, you know what I'm saying? They feel it. The players feel it. Because it's one thing to go to Ohio State and then beat Michigan and then, not win the title or whatever. That happens. But the way they've dominated us over the last 20 years or whatever, and then to go to losing 3 years straight, most of them dudes ain't beat Michigan. Most of them dudes ain't got no gold pants. So if you're like Jack Sawyer, he's from Ohio, so he's feeling it. I could tell he's feeling it for real. Him, Denzel Burke also. I could tell them dudes was really feeling it. Like, bro, I came back to beat Michigan. Like, yeah, we got to do it. You know what I'm saying? For you to be the guys that ended that win streak, like this is most of these dudes are Ryan Day's first real recruiting class. These are his players, so they feel it from that, and they feel it from we let everybody down. We lost to Michigan. Not once, not twice, 3 times in a row. And honestly, I understand. This doesn't happen. This hasn't been happening. Oh, our linebackers are straight. We upgrade. We're going to have to see. But Jayshon Barham, he's a prototypical linebacker, heat-seeking missile. Like, this dude is a freak, and he can rush the passer. So if they want to put him at edge on third down, they can do that. Hausman was there last year. Hausman is back this year. He's a prototypical, sideline to sideline physical linebacker. Both of these dudes are physical and fast, sideline to sideline type dudes. You know what I'm saying? So those dudes are straight. Now behind them, Jimmy Rolder, he's been around a long time. It's time for him. you should be ready to be in the rotation and to actually contribute. Jimmy Rolder, you know. And I'm not sure, what is it? The freshman Cole Sullivan, he looked like he can get on the field for blitz packages. Hell, he might be ready to be in the rotation as a freshman. You know, he might be. The way he is physical as he is, and he's pretty big. He looks the part. I don't know if he is that big, but I have to look up his attributes for like how big and tall he is. But in the spring game, he looked the part. Like he looked like he a little fine tuning over the summer, and he'll be ready to contribute also. What it looks like, you know, you never know. Yeah, he looks huge. Cole Sullivan looks the part. Like, and he had that no fear, I'm ready to hit you in the mouth. Any football player loves that. Anybody that loves football and understands football loves that. You just got to fine tune that a little bit. But the fact that he plays like that in the spring game, that lets you know, okay, even if he doesn't fully understand the scheme to be out there every down as a linebacker or fully in the rotation, I can throw this dude out there to blitz. I know I can do that for sure. Man, I know I can do that for sure. Yeah, and the thing about this defense that I'm thinking about is I think it's just going to be as a whole a more physical defense. I think this defense is going to be physical and fast. Like, I think this defense is going to fly around. And that starts with Barham and Hausman in the middle. You know, Kenneth Grant will start this year, so that helps. Josiah Stewart and Derek Moore on the edges, that's more speed. That's speed and physicality. And then if Zeke Berry's probably going to be in the nickel, so we'll see if he's probably not a ball hawk like Mike Sainristil. Mike Sainristil was a ball hawk. But as far as physicality, it's going to go up a little bit. Like Mike was physical for his size, but Zeke Berry is thick. So, you know, when he hits you, you're going down. Like, so the physicality should be up a notch, you know. The physicality and the speed, I think, will be up a notch. Will Johnson, back healthy. You know, I talked about it last year that he looked like he was hurt. Comes out, says he was 75%. You know, and I'm talking about before the Ohio State game. He was hurt way before then, I could tell. Because he wasn't running as fast as he was as a freshman. You know. So I knew something was wrong with him. Shout out to Monk. He said it first when we was watching the game. But yeah, you know, Will Johnson back at 100% can run like he can fully open it up when he runs, and can come up and be more physical. Now, as a corner, you got to be careful, you know, coming into those piles and stuff like that. As a corner, you try to stay away from that stuff. That's how you get hurt. But you know, when passes and stuff and runs are going his way, he can get in the mix a little more. He don't have to protect himself so much, you know. But I think this defense is going to be physical and fast, you know. Let's see. Did you see Rod Moore lifting in one of the Michigan videos? Very surprised. Looked like he's recovering well. They say he is. They say he might be able to be back before the Ohio State game, you know. And he did get hurt early. You know, he got hurt pretty early. So, let's just hope for the best, you know. Because he got hurt early in the offseason. Very early in the offseason, he got injured. So, let's just hope for the best, you know. But we have the depth at safety now with Quentin Johnson, with Makari Page, veterans, you know. Those are veterans. They say Rod Moore is like a coach. He's trying to get everybody up to speed. So Wesley Walker, who's a physical, strong safety around the line, he's a stud. He's a stud. He just has to figure out he just has to understand the scheme. Jaden Mangum, he's a good free safety. He's a rangy free safety, you know, and he's young. So those dudes just have to get the scheme. They're good players, but you have to play fast and to play well, you have to understand what you're doing. So the big thing for those Wesley Walker and Jaden Mangum is understanding the scheme, you know. And they say Rod Moore is trying to get these dudes up to speed like crazy. Like he's another coach. Like he putting in the work on the field and trying to get these dudes on the same page. Yeah, I've been hearing that if Ryan Day loses to Michigan, he's gonna get fired. Zach Smith has been saying it. He's been saying it all off season. Yep, Makari, he's been around. You know, a lot of people don't realize he's been starting for the last 2 years. You know. He's been around, and he kind of came out of nowhere to me. He came out of nowhere 2 years ago. You know. But yeah. They say he's going to get fired if he loses to Michigan. So those players, and he understands that pressure that's there, you know, to beat Michigan. This is pressure and this is the thing about this, and this is why I be trying to tell Ohio State fans. This pressure hasn't been on an Ohio State coach in a long time. Urban Meyer didn't have this pressure to beat Michigan because you've been losing to them. Jim Tressel didn't have this pressure. He came in, said we're going to beat Michigan. This is the game. This is what's serious. We're going to take it serious, and then he did it right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? So Jim Tressel to Urban Meyer, never lost to Michigan, I believe. Then you go into Ryan Day. You know, it's good at first with Urban's players. Now you got your players, your scheme, and you losing. You getting drugged. You getting out physicaled. You know, so it's unprecedented. This hasn't been like that at Ohio State for a while, you know. So he's feeling it, whether he wants to admit it or not. He feels it. I don't see how you couldn't. The players are they're hungry. Their players are hungry to beat Michigan, but Michigan ain't just gonna roll over. That's the thing about it. They ain't just gonna roll over and give you the game. Yeah, okay, you guys got Caleb Downs and Judkins and everybody came back. Okay, we quit. You guys are better than us. Just take it. It ain't gonna work like that. You're still gonna have to play that game. You're still gonna have to execute. You're still gonna have to play very well. You're still gonna have to do that. You know, it can be on your mind all you want to. You're gonna have to execute. You're gonna have to out-execute Michigan. You're gonna have to make risky play calls at the right time. Ryan Day, Chip Kelly. You know, you're still gonna have to do all these things. And nobody laying down for y'all just because y'all think y'all loaded. It don't work like that. You know, so plus, and this is the one right here. You haven't beat Michigan in so long. Do your players believe it? Do they believe it? If you believe it, you can achieve it. Do they believe it? You know? And I think they probably do. They have an arrogance to themselves. But you know, when you get in that game and you play in a team that's physical, a team that lives on physicality, a team that lives on we're gonna beat you in the fourth quarter. We don't care about beating you in the first quarter. We landing body blows to knock you out in the fourth. Ain't nothing changed. You know, I had an Ohio State fan. He's always commenting. Every time he comments, he tries to find the glass half full for Ohio State or the glass half empty for Michigan. Every time he posts. Or every time he comments. So he was talking about, the culture has changed since Jim Harbaugh. It's not the same. How do you know? You don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know that. You're just saying that. And I keep trying to tell people, and I missed this. I forgot to say this when I made that video the other day about the culture. The thing the reason why most things are the same is because Sharon Moore was there when it was bad. He was there when it was bad, and that's big. That's a big thing. Because if you're there when it's bad, you understand what it took to get it on track. You understand what it was like before, and what the things that Harbaugh did to get it better, to win a championship. You understand that. It's not like Sharon Moore just came in 2023 and didn't see the growing pains and what it took. He saw it all. He saw all this stuff. And Jim Harbaugh has mentored him. We all knew Jim Harbaugh wasn't going to be at Michigan forever. We all knew that. And Harbaugh knew that. Everybody knew that. So he mentored Sharon Moore like, this is going to be your job. I'm giving you my blessing, and I'm going to show you the ropes, basically. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when you hear dudes talk about Michigan and, you know, guys that have actually been to spring practice and stuff like that, they say nothing really seems different. Like, Sharon Moore might have added his own spice to things, like they do music and things like that at practice and, you know, things like that. You know, but for the most part, it's the same culture. It's the same feel because he knows what it took. And he's a Jim Harbaugh disciple, I guess you would say. Or not disciple. That sounds kind of weird. that sounds a little too weird. He's a Jim Harbaugh protege. You know what I'm saying? Jim Harbaugh was mentoring him. Sharon Moore is his protege. You know? Like, Sharon has a bunch of respect for Harbaugh. He learned. And he has appreciation for him. So he knows what it is. You know, you still got your Beat Ohio drills, and those drills strictly for toughness. You know what I'm saying? Beat Ohio drill, the Georgia drill, whatever you want to call it. Those drills are strictly to be tough, so we can out physical teams. You know what I'm saying? Those things. Those drills, things like that, they're strictly for toughness, to build that callus. You know? So that's what it is. You know, so the culture is still there. Plus you got all the players that came back. You know? The players that came back. Donovan Edwards knows the culture. Trying to run it back. The leadership. Colston Loveland saw it, was there, knows it. Mason Graham saw it, was there, knows it. Makari Page saw it, was there, knows it. Quentin Johnson, he was there when it was bad. Saw it, was there, knows it. You know what I'm saying? Will Johnson saw it, was there, knows it. Kenneth Grant Derek Moore. So you got most of your leaders on the team know the culture, know what it takes. So they're just like, all right, it's my turn. It's my turn. Because this is the thing that people are forgetting. All these dudes that were sophomores or juniors, they don't want to go. You don't want to go from winning a championship to being garbage, losing 4 or 5 games. You at least want to make the playoff. That's what you want to do. Yeah, you want to go undefeated, but you want to make the playoff. You know, the goal for the season has been widened. You know what I'm saying? And I've said this before. Before, you could have lost a game. You know, you lose a game, you like, boy, I can't lose another one. Or you maybe can't lose a game and you have to win the Ohio State game. You have to go undefeated, or you can lose a game, but you have to beat Ohio State. So you get one loss, and it can't be Ohio State. Now, it's different. So the real goal is to make the playoff. No matter how you have to do that, however it plays out, it doesn't matter. The goal is to make the playoff to win that ring. Of course, you want to beat Ohio State. That's always one of the goals. But you want to win the championship. You want to give yourself a chance to make the playoff to win a championship. And then you see where it lands. You know what I'm saying? Goal. Make that playoff. Make that playoff. Then whether you were struggling through the regular season and you nipped and clawed your way and we made it. Not, or whether you had a pretty good year and you made the playoff, okay. But once that playoff starts, it resets. That playoff becomes a new season, basically. All right. Now we gotta get ready to make a championship run. You know what I'm saying? So that's the goal, and that's how I think about it. You know, but it's funny to see the change from Ohio State. You know, from how it was 2019, 2020. You know, you got recruits being cocky about it, and you know, saying different stuff, to now it's all business. They don't want to joke about it now. It ain't funny no more. It ain't funny no more, is it? Y'all want that win. They want that win now. They want that win. It ain't funny no more. It ain't no joke. You know? But they gonna have to prove it. You're going to have to prove it. You know, November will come, but you got to prove it. Because Michigan is not going to just hand y'all that win. I know y'all want it. That's how y'all want it. You ain't going to get it like that. They ain't going to hand it to you. And Don Brown ain't coming back to save y'all. Don Brown ain't coming back. Y'all hoping Wink. I know that's the other thing. Y'all hoping Wink is Don Brown. You can get over that. He ain't that stupid. And I do mean stupid. Don Brown was dumb for that stuff. We had teams that could have beat Ohio State, and he wanted to run that garbage. So that ain't gonna save y'all. That ain't gonna save y'all either. Don Brown is gone. He's gone. So might as well strap up that, buckle up that chin strap and get ready for it. It ain't gonna be no 60. It ain't gonna be no 60 to 35 and all that stuff. Get out of here. You know how bad a defense has to be for you to score 60. You know how bad the scheme has to be. You know how much you got to out execute a team to score 60. That just ain't happening. Doggone Don Brown's scheme was just so trash. Get exposed. Mine would get exposed every time we played a team with similar talent. And people what used to make me so mad is people used to praise this dude. We've got the #1 defense. Yeah, but what did we do against Ohio State? What did we do against Penn State? What did we do against teams with similar talent? What did we do against Wisconsin when they were good? You know, because every year Wisconsin isn't good. You know, but they'll have that team that's really good every other year or every 2 years or every 3 years. What did he do when Wisconsin was good? Get drugged. What did he do when Penn State was good? Get drugged. What did he do when Ohio State was good? Or what is he not even good, because Ohio State is always good. What did he do against Ohio State? Get destroyed. Get destroyed. Man used to get destroyed against them boys. Scoring 14 points a quarter. Them days is over. So I know a lot of Ohio State fans who think it's going to somehow go back to that. You might as well kiss them days goodbye. And just for your peace of mind. Just kiss them goodbye. They're over. You're not getting that anymore. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting that. That was just crazy. Like, and honestly, Harbaugh held himself back by not firing Don Brown sooner. He should have fired him after 2018. And he definitely should have fired him after 2019. You let him come back 2020, and then he had to let him go. You know, but they they changed the whole staff after 2020. You know, they changed a bunch of stuff after 2020. And that's the funny thing about these fans that try to, what changed was Connor Stallions came. Yeah, that's what changed. You know how I just be saying stuff. Like, you know how if you know somebody's plays, you still have to execute. You know what I'm saying? Even if I know your play, in real life, on the video game, it doesn't matter. You still have to execute. I still have to, if I know your play on offense, I still have to execute on defense to stop it. You know what I'm saying? That's just like when we were playing when we played Ohio State in 2019 and 2018. You think we didn't know y'all were gonna run Dobbins down our throat? You think we didn't know that? We couldn't stop it. It didn't matter that we knew it was coming. You still have to stop it. 2022. Those last 2 drives. Everyone in the stadium, everyone in the shoe, everyone at home knew Jim Harbaugh was finna run that ball to kill the clock. Jim Knowles knew it. Ryan Day knew it. Sharon Moore knew it. Jim Harbaugh knew it. Everyone in the college football world knew we were going to hand that ball off to Donovan and try to kill the clock. And Michigan out-executed you. That was out-executing you. It was obvious the defense you were in. You didn't need Connor Stallions to see what defense you were in. But you got out-executed. People say this dumb stuff. Like, I get it. It's their lazy takes. Shout out to Chris Drew. They're lazy takes. But it's just like, bro, stop talking football. Stop talking football. Because it's just too lazy. There's lazy, and then it's just like, all right, bro, just shut up. Don't matter. You have to be able to execute. Football is about execution. It always has, always will be. It's about executing. If you can't out-execute a team, they can run the same play. Keep running it. Keep running it. Keep running the same play because you can't out-execute me. You know the play. You know it's coming. And anybody that's played football has had this happen to them. To where they knew the play. They knew what was coming. But that team they just out-executed you. Whether they had better athletes, whether they had bigger dudes, better athletes, or they just could flawlessly execute those plays and they were just better than y'all. We've all had this happen to us and you couldn't do nothing but sit there and pout. And you might be able to stop it for one play here or there, but they consistently just out-execute you. Ain't nothing you can do but just accept that they finna dog walk you. That's all you can do is accept it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear about no Connor Stallions. I don't want to hear that stuff. Like, I get so tired of hearing it. These lazy crybaby takes. Hey, Connor Stallions, you got out executed. Like, I can count down so many plays and things that happened. Aiden Hutchinson, I'm coming. Yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming through you. He telling you he coming. All right, I'm coming through you. I'm coming through you. There ain't no Connor Stallions. That's him out executing you. I'm about to dog you, and he telling you it. I might make a compilation of Ohio State fans. Stop it and just realize Michigan out executed you. I'm just gonna start pulling clips and just make a long video. Aiden Hutchinson telling you, I'm finna run through you and bull Joe left tackle right over. That ain't no Connor. Was that Connor Stallions making him a monster? Making him unblockable? So Connor Stallions made Aiden Hutchinson get 3 sacks. That's what it was. He made him unblockable. Oh, okay. So Connor Stallions made Donovan Edwards faster than Ohio State's whole team. Oh, I don't know. I didn't know he had that. What did he must be from The Boys TV show and gave him Compound V or something. I didn't know Connor Stallions could make us out-execute you on a 7-minute drive to basically kill the clock. I didn't know that. This guy's unbelievable. So it's just out of hand. Like, bro, the lazy takes, just stop. Like, they got a problem with these lazy takes. Like, just accept that you got executed. Football is about execution. It always has, always will be. You sit there, high school, you'll sit there and keep running the same play over and over, different ways. It's about executing. Can you stop it? Can you stop it? Or do we execute this play flawlessly? Gave him the super soldier serum. He must have. He must have gave him the super soldier serum because these dudes act like this dude was a miracle worker. Connor Stallions is Homelander. He's Homelander now. Like, come on. Like, especially that 2022 game. Like, bro, your defense was so garbage. Y'all was falling over each other, running that man blitz. Y'all was getting done in. That was a track meet. Like that 22 that 2022 game looked like the Olympic trials for track and field for Michigan against y'all. Like, give me a break. Like, y'all got some nerve. In 2021, like, come on. Hassan Haskins had 5 rushing touchdowns. Your defense was abysmal. Your defense was so garbage. Like, come on, bro. Like, we only threw probably 10 passes in that game, but whether y'all were so flustered in that game, y'all were just getting personal fouls, pass interferences. We just out executed y'all in every way. Like, JJ would come in and make a throw. JJ would come in and make a run. Cade was on point. Blake gets in while injured and takes it almost 60. Like, come on. Like, what are you talking about? Hassan Haskins was just a man amongst boys. He just bodied y'all up and down the field. Like, just stop. We're talking real football over here. Now, if I just choose to, I'll take the time and just really roast y'all and just put a real compilation of how y'all got embarrassed in those games. And it was execution. It wasn't Connor Stallions. Like, come on. Bro, it was ridiculous the way that we did them in 2021 and 2022. It was ridiculous. Like, they just have to stop it. But I done made it to my destination. I'm going to go in here, get some work done. I appreciate y'all joining the live. So, like, share, subscribe. And as always, go blue.